So we know I love 37s at this point. This is apparently video number 37. Kind of snuck up on me, I think, with how many of them I've done recently. And I was all impressed when I hit like 20. This is a trip. So I was thinking about my earlier discussion on the video that I left loading on YouTube when I left to come skate. And once again, a skate that I have not regretted coming on, even though I was questioning whether I wanted to do it or not beforehand. And my ice cream hasn't killed me either. And at least this way I can burn it off. But it's not a big skate today. I think I'll hit somewhere between 5 to 7. My cousin is coming up, or I guess down this weekend, and her parents are going to the race, so she won't need to visit with them at that point in time, so we'll probably skate. Frequently they get kind of miffed when we go skating and, you know, just like lose 2 hours or whatever. The last time, like, I don't even know what happened. I looked at the app when I was at 4 miles, and the next thing I knew, hey, speaking of which, we're at 4 now. I looked at 4 miles, and then the next time I looked, it was like 12, and we just about skated off the sidewalk. Yeah, her parents were kind of miffed because they wanted to visit with her, and then there she was hanging out with me the whole time. Yeah, so I was thinking about the conversation or the discussion from earlier where I was talking about my family and their, I guess, a little bit of hostility at my unwillingness to go negative on all the stuff they want to talk shit about. And as I was thinking about it, I was kind of realizing that, you know, I think it was my mystical shaman oracle deck that talks about it. Talks about how, you know, if you can be still enough for others, you basically become a mirror and reflect back what they don't want to see about in themselves. Or, I mean, I think that's by and large what's the big thing that's happening. But y'all, there's this Kid Zone party rental dunk tank over there, and in the phone number there's 4 7s. The end of the area code, and then the next 3 digits are all 7s. Must be something with those 7s right now, because before I left the house, when I was on when I opened the home screen on my internet, it said it was 77 degrees, and I had 7 notifications for an app I don't even use. So that's fun. And that to go along with, at one point when I was uploading videos earlier, it said I had 777 videos. Granted, not these kind of videos. They're in there, but usually it's going to be videos of the dogs or cats doing something cute, or even Gracie. I think I got a couple of her playing soccer last weekend or the weekend before. Little kids in soccer are fun. When my cousins played, I wasn't around to go very often, but then I've been going pretty regularly to Gracie's ever since she was little. And of course, then they were just all these little kids looking at each other and running around in circles practically. So that's always adorable. But now, several of them have learned some things and they're getting better. And it's like, this is still pretty fun to watch. So, yeah. But yeah, the whole mirror thing. It's like if you can be still enough, then you don't even have to respond. People will get their own answers just from seeing your stillness, or what you reflect back to them. And of course, if they're always inclined to focus on negative shit, they're going to see that too, and they're not going to like it. And that's, I think, largely what's happening on that end. So yeah. But, and I thought about that because my grandpa has a foot doctor appointment tomorrow, and my mom and her sister, the middle sister, always go with him to appointments. Well, my mom has an appointment with her heart doctor, and my aunt is out of town, so obviously they can't go. And my mom volunteered me to go with them, which, I mean, the biggest thing would be dropping them at the door so he doesn't have to walk so far. He made a big deal, I guess, about, well, we need to be able to do some things by ourselves. And I think it's largely because he doesn't like being around me, because, I mean, first off, if there is some, really shitty stuff getting said, I'm not above saying something, but also just, I think, refusing to participate makes them uncomfortable. And, yeah. I don't care. I say I gotta drop my niece at school in the morning, and then last day of school, and then go hang out with Sammy again and give him breakfast. So if I don't go with them to the appointment, I guess I could do another video. Maybe, we'll see. I kind of like 37 too, though. Yeah. But I was thinking, yeah, I don't know, I may be off the hook. That's what my mom said. Well, I guess you might be off the hook then. It's like, I mean, everybody always says they want them to maintain as much of their independence as possible, and yet at the same time, like when it comes to going to a lot of the appointments, okay, now the cancer center, I get that, but especially if it's something in town, like just for a blood draw or whatever, what's the point? Which usually my mom and her sisters are in agreement on that one. What's the point? They can go that far. Going to the chemo treatments, I mean, that makes sense that they want to go on those too, because it's like a 4-hour appointment, and every now and then there's a reaction. So, yeah. This is just a foot doctor. And like I have said, I'm not going to apologize for not catering to other people's negative energies. I'm very particular about what I want to allow in my energy field, and usually I got all the rocks. Like, currently, since I'm skating, I just got the obsidian earrings, but oh, and I guess the onyx nose ring in the back, and the tiger's eye. conch, yeah, and then my turquoise, but that's not the protective kind. That's more for throat chakra and using my voice and general healing. So yeah, that's fun. I wish I would have thought to go ahead with the onyx when I wanted to last summer, when I got it done originally. First off, I wouldn't have to blow the money when I was getting all the other ones done, or all the ear piercings done. If I would have gone with what I knew I wanted to begin with, rather than still being wishy-washy and allowing others to affect what I'm thinking and feeling I want to do. So yeah, had I not been wishy-washy, I would have got the onyx to begin with, because I knew before I went that I wanted it. And then I got, what's it, like Paradise something or other, Paradise Shine, I think. That's nothing real, it's just I don't know, just a pretty rock. Although I think it's kind of like pink and green, so I guess it's still heart chakra kind of colors, and all that, but yeah. One of the janitors is getting ready to leave, or his ride is here anyway. And I just skated past and he's looking at me all crazy, so yeah, whatever. That's bound to happen more and more, right? So yeah. But had I gone with the ones I wanted to do in the summer, or back in August, for my nose ring, would have saved myself a little bit of headaches, I guess. Got a jump start on the protection thing. But I guess really it did help having that time, because it was before I started going to the classes at the metaphysical shop and started paying attention to the importance of protecting and grounding and shielding my energy. It's like I started into it back in 2020, and at that time my ex kept showing up in dreams. It's like, the fuck, won't you go away? So I looked into it then, and I got this obsidian necklace. One was like a rainbow obsidian thing that's just like a sphere, and then I was wearing that one all the time. And then I still had this bigger necklace. It's got like this thing that's like this big, where it's a yin yang, and love that pendant, but it's very heavy and very bulky. So depending on what I'm doing, I may or may not go with that. Currently I'm just going with the obsidian earrings and other types of obsidian in other places. Guess we're at 5 miles, so I guess I'll still be going. I guess we're going to 7 tonight. Maybe just 6, who knows. Probably 7. I mean, since I'm seeing it everywhere, that seems like I should go ahead with 7. But yeah, like I was wearing the obsidian way back then, and then somebody, I have to sneeze. I don't know what these trees are, but they're not my friend. I don't know if it's I don't know what it is. But I actually stopped going to one area because I kept going around it, and it's like, ooh, that tree. I don't know what that tree is, but I don't like it. And now I realize it's over here too. In a couple places, but not, I guess, for all this wooded area that I'm facing. not near as much as it could be. But anyway, I listened to somebody, I think it was somebody I'd been following at the time, and they're like, well, if you do this, are you blocking everything from happening? It's like, that's a good point. So I stopped doing it. And then I realized, no. I think my peace is more important than worrying about whether I'm missing out on something because I'm shielding myself and trying to protect my energy. I'm all about that now that I'm seeing more and more how nice and peaceful it is. You know, and then there's that guy a few months back that basically tried to pose the same question with, are you doing too much? Are you overprotecting yourself? It's like, nope, I don't think I can, actually, because the more I'm seeing of this existence, the more I'm thinking, okay, his big thing is wanting to teach people to merge their energies and blah, blah, blah. And as I've been thinking about that, it's like, as an empath, particularly, but I don't think just empaths, I think in general, we all do this. And it's partly why there's so much difficulty in communication, and taking on people's shit that isn't yours to have to worry about, because you end up not knowing what's yours and what's not, and just taking on a bunch of other people's shit and losing yourself, and that's not good. That's not helpful. I think part of the purpose of this existence is to come. Okay. How's this? Wheels are slightly distracting when I'm trying to have one thought process. The more we know what energy is ours and what we are responsible for our own healing and all that, and the less we take on of other people's stuff, the more we can know ourselves better and live from a place that can bring us joy, rather than just feeling like you're always obligated to help other people with their shit because they can't do it on their own. You know, that's not healthy anyway. You know, and as I like skating, I freaking love skating, and I love it more now that I do it by myself over here out in nature, than I even was when I was playing derby. Although I did need that time in derby because it taught me how to skate better. And taught me some of the things that I can do. Like, it took me forever to get turning around. I'm still not wonderful with it, but I'm capable of it. I need to practice the other turning. So that's this way. Turning to the left, I'm okay with. Turning to the right is kind of iffy. Need to practice anyway. And I keep seeing this orange butterfly. Earlier there was white and yellow. Now it's just the same orange went over and over again. well, I assume anyway, we didn't get properly introduced. I don't know his name or anything, so I don't know if it is or not. But it looks the same, and it's in the same general area. So there's that. But yeah, I think the more we get to know ourselves without all the junk that isn't ours, the more we can live and enjoy life from a place of freedom and what we want to do rather than what everybody tells us we have to do, because conforming blows. I spent way too long trying to do that and it never worked out for me. So yeah, I'm done with that. So on that end, no, I will not stop protecting myself or my energy at any point in time. And I don't care what anybody says about it. You know, and we're adding in, when I remember, intentions when I'm drinking water. Just that my own energy is shielded so I am able to protect what is mine and not be consumed by what isn't. Yeah. I don't really know if there's anything else I want to talk about. I think that could potentially be good for the day. I've seen my the sevens. That was fun. They've been popping up everywhere. Of course, honestly, that kind of makes me wonder. It's like if there's a connection on the, because I've been seeing 717 a lot too, and that has something to do with twin flames. And I think it's because you have to step up. 7 is a step up number, into knowing who you are at the core of your own being. One's new beginnings. So step up and new beginnings. And I know that I am in no way the same person that I was when I started this journey back in the fall. It's my little butterfly again. Appreciated him just hanging out rather than the whatever just smacked me in the nose. Yeah, but then 777 is still, still a step up thing. But yeah, like this whole, God, the past several months have been nuts. It's definitely been a ride. And I haven't always enjoyed it. It has been very difficult at times. And I have spent a ridiculous amount of time crying in my pillow. That's fun. But I wouldn't go back to how things were for anything. Because quite frankly, I've never enjoyed my life more than I have been here lately. And obviously it's not perfect. I still got to figure out how to get out of my parents' house, preferably this year, but I figure the universe will get me there when it is time. And in the meantime, if I'm still there, it's for a reason. So yeah. So, and even if that's reasons, it's just to piss people off with my existence. I mean, I catered to their impositioning of, well, they're imposing their feelings on it being uncomfortable that, well, how much I am, I guess, or how much I've always been. I guess early on, I can think of times where my grandpa was just looking at me like, because he didn't know what to do with me, and it's kind of intimidating. And I tried to play small, tried to be less than I was. And it's like, it hurt nobody but me. And I will not be going back to that. Well, yeah, will not be going back to that. It might have not been especially beneficial to some of the people that I've encountered along the way, some of the people on the journey. But it is what it is, and here we are, still learning, growing, and moving forward. And stepping up into new beginnings. So, on that note, I'm going to get off of here. And as always, whether you made it this far or not, I appreciate you. And until the next time, see ya.